Hello to all my viewers out there. You are now tuned in to Master of My Own Fate TV with yours truly, Bull, where the prerogative of our channel is to help the athlete, whether female or male, become the best version of themselves. And today, I wanted to talk about the ascertainment of greatness. Power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. Huey P. Newton said that. Right? If you want to be great, you got to be willing to die for what it is you desire. Right? Now, dying is an extreme. Why did I say die? Let me explain. When you strain yourself to the threshold in which you think you cannot go further, it feels like a mini death. I know this because I experienced it. Man, I played ball for 20 years. I played multiple sports. I played football, basketball, ran track. I wrestled, even went to state. You dig? And each one of those have different depths that you have to dig in to be extraordinary or exceptional, within it. In my experience, conditioning for wrestling was harder than conditioning for football. The training was crazy. It was many times where I didn't feel like I had anything left in the tank. And I'm not just talking about wrestling now. I'm just talking about the totality of sports. So many times I felt like I ain't have nothing left in the tank, man. And I gotta salute to my pops. I don't know what it feel like to quit at anything. I was never given that option, especially earlier in my development, I wasn't given no choice of what I wanted to do. I got instructions on what it was I was going to do, and I kept that same intensity across the board no matter what it was. And through that, it was times where I feel like my body cropped out, but my mind took over, or my mind tapped out and something took over, and I still finished the mission. I still finished the goal. You feel me? With top tier tenacity and top tier persistence, right? Your full speed while you're not fatigued is different than your full speed when you fatigued. But all that matters is that you push yourself to do your best every rep that you can. As you do that, your threshold to withhold more stress and to withhold more pain increases. And if your threshold to hold those traits and virtues I just named increases, that means your overall performance is going to increase as a direct result. Some of the hardest condition I had was my senior year of college, man. We just got a new strength and conditioning coach, and his way of doing things was completely different than my other 3 years while I was in school. And we conditioned, but it wasn't nothing like what we was doing my senior year. Like, it was crazy. An example, we lifted, then we conditioned right after, right? This particular day was a leg day. And then we went to conditioning, and I saw 8 stations. It's like, okay. So he split up the team. It was, say we had 40 people. He split up the team just enough to put somebody at a group of people at each station. It was no more than like 5. Then it was like a continuous rapid fire. So the drill was long enough that multiple people could go at one time. and but it was short enough where it was a continuous loop, so nobody really got a break. It was like you was continuously going, and it was pretty extensive. And it was like it was burst type of drills, burst, deceleration, change of direction, things of that nature. And then we probably went for like 5 minutes straight. And then he blew the whistle. Everybody at a different station. He blew the whistle. Everybody run to the line. I'm talking about the goal line. So from the station you was in to the goal line, you had to you had sprints after, wind sprints, 110 yards, and it was timed, right? We ended up doing like 30. It was easily 30 wind sprints, not all at once, but it was cycle. Like you go do the stations for a certain amount of time, then you go to the goal line, and then you gotta make it down to the 110. They split it up, skill, big skill, and then the big fellas, right? And of course I ran with big skill because I wanted to challenge myself. I was playing defense end at the time. I was like, nah, I'm gonna run with the linebackers and the running backs. You dig? Because when you're on that, you gotta challenge yourself, man. Always continue to challenge yourself. When you surmount one level, give yourself a new devil to conquer. You feel me? New levels, new devils. But you gotta be willing to look it in the eye and not flinch, man. Everything I ever thought was hard or difficult, I just threw myself at it. Don't overthink it. Don't contemplate too long. Just throw yourself at it and let the cards fall where they fall. You feel me? But back to the conditioning. Man, we cycled through all them stations and then wind sprints, right after. People were falling like flies, And one thing I can always say, I ain't never cop out on the workout. I ain't getting no cramp, and use that as an excuse. I ain't twist my ankle, use that as an excuse. I ain't stub my toe, use that as an excuse. Many times I was carrying all kind of ailments and pains and all kind of sick as a dog, stomach turning, got the shits, all kind of stuff, man. But I embraced all of those experiences, and I put it on my back like a backpack. And I went at it with full intensity. I did the very best I could every time. And anybody that know me, and eventually I'm gonna bring people on this channel, man, that know me, that could tell you what I was about. I was always a leader. I was always in front. I wasn't always vocal, especially early in my career. I was the type that my performance said it all. But even within that, like I say, new levels, new devils to conquer. I pushed myself to become more vocal. I realized that it was needed. You feel me? And that was later on in my career. And that's why I want to give back, through many conduits, not just content. I want to help mold future generations of athletes, especially so you can leverage your accomplishments to be able to make a living for yourself after the game is done. Because there is life after athletics, and we're gonna get to that at another time, man. But my point today, to reach greatness, you gotta be willing to die for what you want. You have to be willing to go to the extreme to push all measures possible to get what you want. Why? Nobody gonna hand you nothing. There's all kinds of people out here competing for the same acknowledgement and resources that you want. And only the best is gonna get it. You feel me? And sometimes the best is always not through performance. Sometimes it's through collaboration as well. Y'all learn that as well, So I say you gotta be multifaceted and dynamic. You can't just be great at one thing. You gotta be great at all things. You gotta leverage communication. You gotta leverage personability, presentation. You feel me? Likability. Not saying you need everybody acceptance, but you are part of a team, it has to be some type of balance between discipline and collaboration. You know, gotta be willing to communicate effectively to get your point across, you know, so people can not have their emotions in the mix. Because when emotions get in the mix, that's when you miss the whole message. And we don't want to miss the whole message. You feel me? You know, so continue to go out here and be great. Continue to be the master of your own fate. You know, it's your boy Bull. We outie.